All right, third time's a charm. We're going to talk about Tetra IO settings. So if you're coming from a game like Puyo Puyo Tetris or Tetris 99, you may notice that the settings are very different, and that the game just doesn't feel quite as good as you'd like, especially if you're coming from a different game. I think one of the benefits of Tetra IO is that it's extremely customizable when it comes to controls, and I make it analogous to something like Adobe Photoshop, where you just have a ton of features, and initially it might seem like really intimidating to go through, but once you get it, you get to put the settings exactly how you want. So I'm just going to share some of my settings and some of the defaults that would be more familiar to you if you're playing like Tetris 99. So you go to config, controls, you can bind to whatever keyboard you want. I personally haven't changed much here. Note that there is a rotate 180 piece in this game. So that's like an extra button. I personally haven't gotten used to that rotate 180, and that's definitely something I need to integrate more into my game. But just keep that in mind. Handling is the biggest question mark here. So the ARR and DAS by default are going to be about 2 frames and 12 frames in Tetris 99. So if that's something you're used to, you can go ahead with that. But if you're less familiar and you want to go like, well, what the heck does this mean? I'm going to show you and demonstrate. So we're going to take the slowest setting with ARR. And basically what this means is once the piece starts moving, how quickly does it go side to side? So you see that it's pretty slow to keep it moving column by column. But let's say we go to the other end. This is the other extreme end. Look at how quickly you go side to side. It's like a non-existent transition to get to the sides. That could be a little extreme and feels a little slippery. So I'm slowly working my way towards getting to that 0 mark. I'm at 0.5 and I feel about good there. I might try 0.4, 0.3 frames. And then we have DAS, and this is basically like how long does it take before you start sliding left and right. So if you look on the slow settings, you see there's a little bit of a delay going back and forth. And if we, keep this at 1 frame, look at how quickly everything starts. It's like instantaneously almost. I go at about 9 frames. You guys can go a little bit quicker than that. I'm going to try to work my way to like 7 frames soon. We have the delayed, this is the DCD. I forget. This is the one I'm least familiar with, but it's a DAS cut delay. So basically, if you're moving left and right and you're holding the button and you have a movement like a rotation or you're switching a hold piece, like how long does it take before like you keep moving? And I have it about 1 frame. It feels right. I haven't really tinkered with the setting. The last setting that is important is the soft drop factor. So basically, if you are soft dropping and not instantly hard dropping to the floor, like how long does it take to do that? So on the slowest setting, we have 5x speed, and you can see it's still pretty slow. On the other end, if you go infinite, what happens is you drop it instantly. So one of the important things here is that if you are, T spinning or doing a rotation, then it's important to get to the floor as quickly as possible. If that is really slow, you're wasting a lot of time. So I recommend getting it to like infinite or playing with infinite as much as possible. Unfortunately, this does lead into some barriers where you might need to go to the middle of the screen. You're like, oh, like I don't have a way to get there quickly. But that situation doesn't come up that often if you're playing well. So recommend that. So these are my settings: 0.5, 9, 1, and infinite. And then you have these other settings: volume and audio. You can tweak it to however you want. It's pretty self-explanatory. Gameplay, I recommend taking board bounciness and damage shakiness off. Those tend to be a distraction visually, like as you're playing and seeing your board shake. It does lead to cool effects, but overall pretty distracting. And then you have these other visual effects that if you want to play around with, if you notice there are things you like or dislike, you can turn them on or off. Video, I personally have a high-end computer, so I'm putting it on max. I don't really experience any delays, so I'm pretty happy with this. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully this guide helps you, and hopefully the audio was good this time. If you have any other questions for me, just let me know in the comments. And please, 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 I want to grow this channel. Like, comment, and subscribe so that we can grow as a community. Thank you so much.